Hey guys, so it's here bringing you another video. Now, welcome to a Climb to Grandmaster episode, so obviously in a different format. Today we're doing a replay version of Climb to Master. Climb to Grandmaster, we're already in Master. And the reason why we're doing a replay of it is I actually stopped recording this game about 15 minutes in, a bit, which is bad. I actually always get annoyed at myself when I finish a game that actually turns into an insane fiesta type game, and I'm like, damn, I wish I didn't not stop recording that. So sorry about that. Hopefully you guys don't mind too much. Again, a lot of the time, if you are here, and I know a lot of people here are here for entertainment, but there are people here for education. Usually these type of commentaries will actually give you more education than the live commentaries will, because at this level it's really hard to educate while you're in game. So the first thing I just do want to say is I'm really happy with how the rank climb is going at the moment. I don't want to give too much away. I have given some stuff away on social media and the YouTube community tab. So if you've seen that, or if you want to look for it, you can. But it's going well. I'm actually really happy. We're playing obviously Anivia this game, and I will say part and parcel of my frustration this game, which you will see in the first 15-20 minutes of the game, is Zoe. Zoe, I really hope does not become meta again or full played, because I'm gonna be honest, Zoe is straight up busted in the hands of an okay player. Zoe's really strong. There's not many mid laners, even Zoe's not been that popular for the last couple of years, but there's not been many mid laners who have the amount of kill potential as Zoe has. And then when you're on top of that is like Zoe's got insane kill potential practically every 10 seconds. She can get into that rhythm of if she gets ahead, every 10 seconds she has one-shot potential. Not many mid laners have that. But then on top of that, which is the kind of extra frustrating side of Zoe, is she is partially RNG based. Her W is completely based on luck. You can get really terrible things from your W, the random balloons, or you can get insane things. And that's the type of thing, by the way, that stun there was really nice. It stopped actually me taking quite a lot of damage. Now the Zoe's doing a thing pretty much on purpose, because this is, if you're ever wondering like how do you do well against Anivia, just push in Anivia early. Anivia sucks, and I know I'm not the best at last hitting anyway, but Anivia as a champion absolutely blows last hitting under tower in the early game. She can start to farm well, obviously from level 6, but generally pre-6 especially, you have to use so much mana to try and maintain your farm that then it leaves absolutely no mana for trades. Now, one thing I was absolutely flabbergasted by was just what you just saw there. Zoe picked up with her random W a blue smite at 3 minutes into the game. You can't, neither jungler has got blue smite right now, and yes, we are getting ganked already. Talon goes for a crazy play, even flashes and everything. They are, as you can see, they're really hungry to try and kill me, but I survive. If I played that near perfect, there was a chance of killing that Talon, by the way. If I got a wall, yes, he can always jump over the wall, but the extra delay may have made him take an extra tower shot, and you never know. But yeah, already getting dove, didn't like that. And again, what item did Zoe just pick up? It may not be like a big deal. She just picked up a turbo chem tech and now an ignite. Like, this is the annoying thing with Zoe, is a turbo chem tech item, that is a mythic item. You're not supposed to have a mythic active at 4 minutes in the game, but Zoe can. But anyway, worth knowing, we have a Sejuani top lane. Haven't spoken much about the team. We have a Sejuani top lane. And that I think is a gore drinker, by the way, on the floor there. So this Zoe, you're getting an example of a Zoe that's getting very good RNG. So some games, when Vix used to play a lot more ranked, and we used to duo and she played ranked, there were some games, 100%, that, oh damn, the W is not doing that well this game. But there's games like this that it just seems absolutely mental. Worth knowing, they go for a really bad dive in top lane. I don't even know why you'd want to try and dive a Darius. He's one of the best defending Darius, like, champions under a tower in the game. And unfortunately for me, I go back because I've been pressured so much. And Zoe's going to flash, just use the ignite. And by the way, that wasn't her ignite. That was my ignite that she picked up through her W. So she still has ignite up too. So not the best dive by my top lane. Sejuani top lane is an interesting pick. I don't know. I think I might be. But just to say, I actually played Sejuani top lane myself. I don't know what the hell happened, but yesterday in my play session, it was 3 champion selects in a row. We had 2 dodges, but all 3 champion selects. So one champion select, then it was a dodge, another champion select, then a dodge, and then another champion select, and that game went through. I got autofill to top lane in all 3 games. And the game that actually went through, I played Sejuani top. It's an interesting pick. It's stronger than some people think. Again, I wasn't, I'm not a Sejuani player even, so it was a bit of a learning curve, but I might make a video of that game. That will probably be a POV commentary if I have the footage. And I will just say the next, potentially this video and the next 2 videos are going to be some type of replay format, whether it be POV or replay. There might be a live commentary in between somewhere. But basically, yesterday's play session went well, but it was incredibly stressful. Meanwhile, Sejuani gets a solo kill on the Darius, by the way. The Zoe seems to be very high prio in roaming. So I'm pinging the Graves, by the way, like mad at the moment. Like, please be careful. And he just ignores the pings. So Soraka's over there. Zoe's roaming because this Zoe wants to get fed. Soraka actually takes the kill, which isn't great. They do a nice bounce to stop the Sejuani getting away. And again, one thing to note, because always you'll have sometimes people who don't know Anivia or don't know certain champions, but go, Huz, why aren't you going there? Anivia is pretty much one of the worst roaming champions practically in the game, especially without boots. Anivia is one of the slowest moving champions in the game. So even if I left to go help, I would have been so slow, I probably wouldn't have even got there in time, which is never a good thing anyway. So Karma's now here. And again, Soraka was there early. We're going to go for the kill if we can. And here's where we can maybe get a bit of recovery. I have very little mana, but I gather my ignite. We get 1 kill. I put my ultimate down. Talon, I don't know why. He kind of just ints into us. And I pick up myself a double kill. So that was a really nice recovery to get myself a double kill. Nice by Karma to eventually roam over. And again, why did Karma come? It's worth knowing, even as a mid laner, even as a champion like Anivia that I don't want to roam, you do feel bad when, oh, the Zoe's being involved in a few kills by roaming and you're just staying mid lane. It doesn't feel great because you're like, And your teammates instantly are going to go, oh, Anivia, why didn't you come? 100%. It's just Anivia sucks, in my opinion, for roaming. Why Karma came over there is probably the same mindset. Oh, Soraka's gone over to top lane and been involved a couple kills. Hey, I should probably go do that too. So that's why Karma probably eventually arrived as well. And that play did go well. So that was really nice. Obviously, those type of plays generally go well because in that fight, Zoe probably used her ignite and she didn't have flash. So that's always not a bad thing. Obviously, level 6 now, we are having better wave clear, which is always nice. And one of the typical places for a Zoe to be, and yes, Talon is here again. I did, by the way, up to a certain point, you'll see in the next few minutes, I actually did stop believing that Talon was duo with the Zoe because they were very mid-centric. Maybe they just didn't like me getting a double kill, and it's worth knowing, and I know to some people, believe me when I say, some people do use Porofessor stats and loading stats on who they want to gank. We do get a nice little burst there, near half health on the Zoe. So it is worth knowing, when you do a Porofessor loading screen, it will also tell you who uses Porofessor. Now, it will only tell you if you use the app. So she uses it, of course. I get another nice stun there, but Talon is mid lane. Again, I just flash to try and escape. And meanwhile, while I'm at it, I try to get a bit of return damage, but nothing major. Twitch gets himself on a killing spree. That's going quite well in bot lane. Again, never discount a severe out. That champion is very strong. I get slept again. So far, we've had pretty good pressure on the Zoe when she's been in lane. She's just roaming a lot, but she's still a threat. That's the thing. Sejuani, by the way, gets another solo kill on Darius. Graves, in his, I believe, 3rd invade of the game, has died. So one of his deaths, yes, was Zoe over here, but that started with a tower dive. So his 3 deaths have happened because he's going in enemy territory. After the 2nd, now 3rd death, you'd probably stop invading because it's just not going very well. You have to remember, yes, invading is a power tool as a jungler. You're directly taking strength away from the enemy jungler. You break their balance of their farm, their rhythm. But if you're 0-3, you don't invade anymore because the strength just simply isn't there. And where this Graves could easily become 0-5, 0-6, 0-7 is if the invades continue. Because what's likely to happen now is Graves is probably going to get invaded. That hasn't been happening. Talon hasn't been invading the Graves. It's just that the Graves' mistakes has been giving the Talon the kills or the Darius the kills, etc. So not the best. Gets slept again. She's ghosted with her W, and I'm now half health. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of Zoe, because to me, that champion is, again, the way that I would define it is Zoe is frustrating to play against. Even Zoe mains, again, I've said her before, but Vixie, she'd even admit she loves playing the champion, but it's very frustrating to play against. Zoe is not fun to play against. And again, I get hit again. And I think Zoe, to me, follows the new champion mentality. Just to kind of say, the new champion mentality in League of Legends, and Riot has kind of said it themselves. Certainly T, I think, was famous for saying it, and let's be honest, most new champions just follow the Certainly T principles nowadays. But basically, and I get slapped again, more or less, champions are designed, there's my egg as well, champions are designed nowadays to only care about the player that's playing the new champion, or playing that champion, rather than the general strength level, or the general health of the game. For me, a good champion is both satisfying to play, yes, that should be very important, but it should feel fair, and it should feel satisfying to play against. A lot of new champions do not fit into both of those categories. Pretty much every single new champion just falls into one category, and that category is satisfying to play. That, I think, is part of the problem. And people might say, oh, Huz, you know, you're just getting E'd all the time. This is the point that I've made many, many times. Well, Anivia is very slow. I've even rushed tier 2 boots, by the way. Because I'm slow, I've adjusted my build to try and speed up, but it's not quick enough. But this is the point that I've said earlier. Not many champions have the kill pressure of a Zoe because it's legitimately, I can get the official stat. It's officially every 9.24 seconds. Every time that she has her ult, it's kill pressure. Because the ult is the biggest cooldown, well, the E, but like 12 seconds then right now. Every 12 seconds, she has kill pressure on me. There's no other mid laner that has that. Most mid laners need their ultimate, which again, Zoe technically does too, but most mid laners' ultimates aren't on a 10-second cooldown. That's the difference with Zoe. So, and she can do it her screen away. You know, she's ulting with E long range, and then you're sleeping. You're like, well, I can't do anything right now. And then you're just waiting to get absolutely annihilated by the Q. Not many mid laners have that. Again, if you guys can think of any other mid laner that has that level of kill pressure, because I can't think of one. Some people may say Zed. Again, Assassins, again, she gets another kill. Talon, really mucks up his E, by the way, but I'm going to be dead again. I tried my best, but then Soraka showed up as well, and we're dead. So I've literally just died 2 times in a row. I died, spawned, died. That's a bit of a tilter. Obviously, KDA-wise, we're doing fine because we got the double kill earlier. But Zoe's 5-1. And again, I will fully admit, you know, I'm the first person to admit, I don't know why Graves is trying to make this play, by the way. I think he was trying to protect, and he's dead. So I think he was trying to protect the Rift Herald, but there's 3 people mid, and he just gives Zoe another free kill. So I'm the first person to admit, I know I get frustrated while playing. Let's be honest, I think every single League player gets frustrated while playing. I think League is predominantly a frustrating game, especially in ranked. And when I feel that I've been beat by a champion more than a player, that really gets to me. And 100% I'd admit it. Like, I know that gets to me. And that, to me, is just the epitome of new champions. And again, I know Zoe's not new, but she has the new champion feel. She has that frustrating edge to her that is, it does feel like most of the time it's the champion, it's the player, sorry, it's the champion beating you, not the player. So again, enemy team invading, Talon is here, also Severe is here, by the way. I survive, Soraka big ulti. Sedge is here though, which is nice. They have all flash. Darius is now here too. So this fight not going too well now. I do a nice-ish wall, but Graves decides to go really aggro. We do get 1 kill. Sedge is doing her best in the background, but then, yeah. That fight kind of went bad. And that, by the way, was 5 people mid. It's a shame that Twitch didn't come over. But honestly, you can't fully predict. And by the way, yeah, I died because she has Ignite and her mobility. So they killed 4 of us in that whole play. Twitch is just farming in bot lane. It has to be said, some of them got a bit low. If Twitch was there, he might have been able to get a double kill or something. But he, you know, and one thing to note is I don't really blame the Twitch for staying bot lane. Because I still, myself, don't love that type of thing. It's 14 minutes into the game and the whole enemy team is near mid. That does feel a little bit excessive. I know a lot of people, including myself, I know I'm like an old school League of Legends player. And it's not that I like slow pace of gameplay. And yeah, this Talon, I don't know. He's fed-ish, but I think he very much overshoots his strength level. Exhaust also is very powerful at countering an assassin of something like that nature. One thing that I might have changed, by the way, this game is worth knowing. Maybe I should have gone cleanse, because I've always said the biggest thing about if you're a carry, you're doing, you know, you're a damage dealer, you don't do any damage if you're dead. And the moment that you get slept by Zoe, you're pretty much dead. So if you go cleanse, you can actually turn it into a counterplay. So Zoe's always go for a sleep, and then they always have that big confidence to go for the big follow-up Q. You can kind of bait your cleanse in that play that, you know, you get slept, which you're still trying to avoid on average, You get slept, and then you cleanse as they're coming in to get the big Q, and then you go for the all-in. So Sedge, really nice ulti. Zoe's not going to get away from this, and Graves gets a big 900 gold shutdown. I would have loved that shutdown, honestly, but still not bad. The one thing I will say about Zoe as a negative, because I know if you're a Zoe player, you're probably like, oh, Huz doesn't like Zoe. I don't, but the one thing I will say about the champion, meanwhile Talon jumps over my own wall, she's not the best, how do I say, she's not the best carry. She can one-shot people, and a really good Zoe can carry, but compared to an average mage, I do think she can struggle in some aspects. If she gets just swarmed, well, she's dead. She doesn't have any survivability. And if you are being proactive, Zoe's ultimate can work against her, because when she presses it, you know exactly where she's going to pop up again. She can't stop that. So there are things to counter it. It's just obnoxious, especially in the 1v1 in mid. And Anivia, I will say, isn't great into the champion because of what we spoke about this game. Immobile, slow. That's the problem. And it was worth knowing, anything that can stop Anivia's ultimate is also innately very good. Zoe, the moment that she sleeps me, well, my ultimate's gone. So that's always going to be a quite oof thing for an Anivia too. But again, the good thing is the enemy team, if you look into their comp, is quite a apart from really Zoe, they're a quite short range comp. And for Zoe to do damage, yes, she can do it from a screen away, but she has to get close to you eventually. So Anivia eventually, and this is kind of the trying things that you're trying to hold on to, eventually the enemy team could be kind of screwed against me. And Twitch, anything that's going to group up, bulk up, they're going to struggle against eventually. Darius has to be melee, Talon has to be melee, Zoe's relatively short range when she has to do damage, Severe's relatively short range as well, Soraka is short range, but she's not going to be in the middle of a team fight. So eventually an Anivia, a Twitch, a Sejuani ultimate, a Graves ultimate AoE, it's pretty effective against what they are. And let's be honest, the enemy comp, Talon is doing well, but Assassins kind of fall off in team fights. And Zoe's doing well, but she's also not the best team fighter. I guess that's another negative of Zoe. She's not the best team fighter. She does mainly, and yes, her Q can hit multiple targets, but you have to be right next to each other. She's mainly about doing single target damage to one person every 10 seconds. I do manage to get a nice pick here on the Severe. Luckily for me, she doesn't actually have flash, so we do pick up a cheeky kill there. Zoe, by the way, yes, is top lane split pushing. She did kill our Twitch. Again, I don't think the Twitch probably expected Zoe to be randomly there, but she was. Which I guess is good for her. She also gets a tier 2 tower. One thing I actually am going to have to do, everybody, I apologize. I know to some people they can hear it, but I know to a lot of people they can't. I am going to have to put the air conditioning on in the room. I have had it off for as long as I can, but the room is becoming very uncomfortable, and I'm probably going to feel more uncomfortable. I just came back from the gym, and I'm straight into recording for the afternoon. A bunch of these, obviously, replays. So excuse that the air conditioning is on, but I know a lot of, whenever I say that, there's a group of people that's like, Huz, I can't hear anything. I have tried to do some tricks here or there with the microphone settings and OBS settings to try and hide it, but then I know that affects the microphone quality a bit. But again, during this hot summer, and it's a pretty hot room with a PC and everything going on, I hope you guys don't mind. Trust me, the hot weather isn't going to last much longer here in the UK, and it'll be a bit more manageable, and then we'll have freezing temperatures, and it will be back to normal completely. So thank you very much for sticking with me, whatever audios things are going on. So one thing I will say I'm actually fairly impressed with also, and that's it kind of put in my mind to play Sejuani later this day. I actually have been pretty impressed with the Sejuani top. The fact that she's had like 2, maybe 3 solo kills on a Darius to me is mind-blowing, because Darius is kind of known as that free champion to get solo kills on at the moment, solo kills on in top lane, but she's just performing really well, especially with the early misplay that Graves forced the tower dive. Honestly, I don't think we really should have been able to recover that. So we get a nice wall. Sejuani, I guess, knew that Zoe was in that bush, so she just goes for a rando ult. Graves coming into the fight. He mispositions quite badly and goes by himself, so we end up, he goes down. Stopping the Darius, I flash in the end with then an E. Darius damage not enough. I get myself a kill. Twitch ulti come through with my ulti on top, and ladies and gentlemen, clean the whole enemy team. And you'll notice, yeah, Zoe's full health. That's the problem with what, it's literally what I said. There's every champion should have strengths and weaknesses. Zoe's strength is her 1v1 capabilities. Her weakness, she ain't good at team fighting. So that's where you see a Zoe's full health at the end of the team fight. She didn't really do that much compared to a Twitch, and Anivia, or combo of slow into the damage. That's what we can do. So that was really nice. That's a nice recovery. You are also seeing Talon starting to fall off as an assassin. I do notice, by the way, here, she comes over and she gets vision. Thank God the Karma came over, because if she didn't, I would have probably continued basing. I was seeing the Zoe trying to, like, sneak her way over to get asleep anyway, but it was good that Karma showed that there was a ward there. Dragon is up in 30 seconds, so I would hope after basing, buying, my team should be pretty on getting that. That big team fight, by the way, gave us straight into Seraphs from a tier. So that's a really nice power spike by me. So we will be stronger. We're getting stronger. And, you know, this game was quite frustrating. One of my strengths, I will say, as a player is I don't die much. And yeah, no, sometimes, obviously, and, you know, I'll say most of the time, I could be down on farm, but I completely don't care if I'm down on farm if I don't die. It's literally one of my strengths. So we get Darius into a CC, stop him going over to the area he wanted. He goes down. Once again, a team fight that has gone our way. Just a simple 1-0. Sejuani nearly died, but survived. But overall, not bad, because that should give us Dragon. I'm trying to get over there, but then the Zoe silence... Zoe silence. Soraka silence, we got rooted in the end. Rift Herald used by Talon, presumably that was running out. Nearly get the Severe, by the way, in a wall. She was basing in a weird place. She did have flash up, but that would have been nice to get the flash. And we are now going for that. Enemy team going for a fight in mid. They're obviously, we're not really a fight. I don't know what the hell the Talon's doing. So we make our way over into the E and we get the kill. I think the Talon was trying to protect the Rift Herald was the idea, but when you're spawning Rift Herald here, you don't have pressure anyway. Honestly, just give it up. It's not really going to give you much, and obviously he's just died for it. Now, I will say, I am pinging Baron at this stage. Twitch gets a nice kill solo on Severe. Well done to him. Sejuani then TP's bot lane. You'll see her appear right now to protect the Twitch from the Darius. But I was like, can we not do Baron? I'm pretty sure right now, if me, Graves, Karma went on Baron, we'd actually kill it. So you can see, I'm like, Baron, hello? I'm pinging it. Can we do it? Hello, hello? And it just doesn't seem to be in the cards for my team. It is worth knowing, I think I found out later that the Graves might have been autofilled, hence why we've seen a bit of weird things by him. I then start the Baron thinking, if I start the Baron, that might force the Graves to come for it. He comes nearby, and then... No, I'm not doing it. I don't know why. Like, maybe it was risky when I started it, but I think we 100% could have done it when I was pinging it initially. So I know the enemy team is trying to walk over. Why do I know that? Well, we've all been... Well, some of us have been missing for a little while. They are going to be thinking about they're doing Baron. Now, Soraka's trying her best here to get vision to stop the Baron. I do get a kill, do wall, stop the Darius, which is really nice. Enemy team is on the way, though. We know they're on the way. Talon's coming up. I'm going to put my ult down. A bit of a tip, everybody, is stay on your ultimate if you don't know where the assassin's going to go. Clearly, he went on the Karma, which is a shame. Enemy team's bunching, and look at the Twitch, baby. The enemy team can't deal with this, so I actually get the kill on Severe myself. I'm dominating now. I'm now probably even more godlike now. She one-shots me practically, and then she goes down. So well done, Zoe. You got my egg. So basically, this game was trying to stay 100% like mentally in it enough to get to the team fight stage. And I will, again, I'm the first one to criticize myself right now. I know I'm stressed while playing League 100%. I am at the highest rating I've ever been in League. I care about it a lot. This is the first year I've been tryharding for 2 years. I did not try hard in season 10. I did not try hard in season 11. This is the first year I've tryharded since season 9, and it's showing. You know, we're doing really well. And by the way, they did find a Talon. Why was he back here, by the way? Probably trying to get a Baron steal. Oh, I slowed down the gameplay by accident. He was probably trying or attempting to get a Baron steal. Sedge connects straight away. He's trying his best to get one kill. His damage is not that great anymore. Graves going for it. It doesn't get the kill yet. And by the way, the surprise here, I actually think the Talon survives the situation. So where did he go? He must have gone here. Because Karma was here, Graves went down there. He must have gone here, and I think he actually got his base off. Unfortunately, the Twitch took blue. Like, the Twitch is pretty strong, I understand that, but he doesn't need blue compared to an Anivia. I'm waiting, I think, for some gold or an item specifically. What am I waiting for? There we go. I buy a Banshees outright. So again, I'm still worried about getting hit by a Zoe E, because she can one-shot me right now. If she gets a sleep on me, she can one-shot me. That's her strength. But I was like, the only one I'm actually scared about in the enemy team is realistically the Zoe. And what can I do to stop that? Well, buy a Banshees. You know, I think it's a 40-second cooldown or something. Yeah, 40-second cooldown, you get that spell shield. That's, again, Zoe technically can go for the sleep on you like 4 times, or, you know, every 10 seconds. But if I don't have Banshees, then I should play further back, and then I should be relatively safe. Just wait to be a bit more aggressive. You know, I can be more aggressive when I have the Banshees up, basically. Now, one thing did surprise me, by the way, was the Twitch's build. It was actually quite smart. Meanwhile, Graves gets E'd from literally, like, way far away. If you notice the Twitch, he buys Anathema's chains. Again, the reason why I might be saying that weird is people really don't, like, on Twitch, especially Coda, says my pronunciation is really wrong. For some reason, I don't know why I did that. I went forward. I basically get near one-shot by the Zoe. If she ignited me, I was dead, but she just doesn't do it. Graves goes down. Enemy team is going forward. Now, I was 1,000 gold bounty, by the way. Talon just got 1,000 gold for killing me. We end up dying. So it's like, Huz, you said your team fight strength is huge. It is. The problem is, I will say, I obviously got caught by the Zoe, but we do not have any front line. Sejuani is our front line, so we don't really want a Sejuani split pushing. One, she's not a split push champion at all, and two, she's our tank. She's our front line. So, and then she does go for a teleport at the end, and as you saw, she just died. In that type of situation where already 2 of us is basically dead, it would have been better if she just stayed top lane then, and she would have broken open the base. But she comes late, and there. So the enemy team aren't gonna get they're not gonna get anything. So advantage enemy team, no doubt. They're even probably gonna get dragon, maybe. So yeah, that wasn't great. I still believe at this stage, you know, I think I even said on stream, I was like, it's not the worst thing in the world. Like, that was just simply me getting caught out of place and not having Sejuani with us. If Sejuani is with us, that situation wouldn't have happened, because I would be always behind Sejuani. They do get the dragon, so again, a little bit of a momentum shift for the enemy team, but nothing major. It's bring up the dragons to 2 apiece now. That's fine. So yeah, like, it does give the enemy team, though, I will say, a bit more confidence. Like, hey guys, we just want to fight, but again, it wasn't an even fight. It was a 5v4. We had 4 people, they had 5. So wait for a 5v5 and then see what happens. But yeah, the chain item was very interesting to me. Twitch is pretty damn ahead at this game, so he can get away with it. Is that the recommended build on Twitch? And no, he's just doing it. He's probably put it on Zoe. It makes him tankier. If you actually look at him, and that procs my Banshee anointing, he's got a lot of health right now. And also, if he's put it on the Zoe, it actually makes her get CC'd more. I actually hit that Q, by the way. Go for an E. He nearly goes down, but I think he gets Soraka healed. And yeah, you can see, Soraka just used ultimate over there. Gonna go for a blue buff, which is always a nice thing, because I've not actually had many blue buffs this game. Because yeah, Anivia is very like mana hungry, obviously her ultimate. And we're seeing if we can see. So again, we're going top lane, because that's the lane obviously Sejuani was at and nearly broke the tower anyway. But the problem is, when you don't have vision here, Zoe can just throw these absolute bombs every 10 seconds, and we're all, you know, all of us are in trouble if we get hit by that. You know, even Sejuani, she's tanky. She will take probably a decent amount of damage. She hasn't got incredible amounts of MR. So I think we're just kind of playing back a bit. Graves just life-stealed a little bit there. And I think pretty quickly we kind of go, this is just not on. One thing is worth knowing, because we are very group-focused. Again, I don't know why or what it is. You know, I've always said I don't like side laning as mid lane, and that is just simply I just don't trust my team, and I'm also a team fight player. Even with grouping, like Twitch, you know, he has been side laning. We've seen him in bot lane by himself, etc. But whenever a grouping situation happens, I always find I go down in XP. Go for a Q, miss it unfortunately. Twitch, big wall. See if we can do big damage there. Nothing major. Talon tries to go for a Karma. Twitch goes really all in and gets himself killed, but he does get 1 kill. I don't know if anybody else is going to die, probably not because of Soraka healing, but that gives us enough pressure to now walk in the inner base. No idea how that didn't get Darius on the correct side. That was really unfortunate, to be honest. And I don't know if this inhibitor is on. So again, Zoe was behind us. She doesn't have much mana. But we're going to go for it. I should have gone for Zoe, actually, and this is part and parcel of watching these. We do get the severe, so it wasn't bad, but I actually think if I went for Zoe, it would have been better. She's more fed, but she is also now out of mana. So Darius has got Ghost, land a Q on it, which, again, Speedy Gonzalez, as some people say, player with Ghost is actually not the easiest thing to hit for Anivia. Her Q isn't the fastest missile speed in the game. I think it did get buffed though a while back, missile speed of Anivia Q, or was it the E? I don't remember. I think it was the Q. But it is worth knowing, obviously, Anivia did get nerfed a while back, and I will say she got nerfed, I think, twice. The second nerfs did hurt Anivia a bit, because I never really thought Anivia was an early game champion. She isn't. She's a scaling mid to late game team fighter predominantly, but a lot of the time I actually get first blood in games. I get less of them now when I'm playing Anivia because of the buffs, the nerfs that actually Riot did really hurt her early game. And I'm kind of fine with it. I did think for a long time that Anivia was a bit too strong for what, you know, she should be. She should be really strong in mid to late game. She should be a team fight absolute monster. She should be. That's what she's designed to be. So maybe toning down the early game potential first blood, yeah, that kind of makes sense. But it was a bit of a feels bad, man. So Darius is up in top lane splitting and just getting some side pressure. I'm halfway to level 16. Twitch, by the way, he's trying to get... The reason why I'm not contesting at the moment in the farm, he is actively... I remember because this was yesterday. He's actively pinging. He's close to Titanic. I'm not 100% into that build. Like, it does a lot of AoE damage, and obviously that's what clearly we're trying to win the game by, is our AoE team fight. But I don't know. Like, it doesn't seem to be, like, crazy damage to me. He's got the Titanic. From memory, I don't think he keeps the chain for too much longer. I do think he swaps it out, because the problem that he's going to have is armor. You know, this item that Severe's got, Lord Dominic's, is HP, but armor penetration. Generally, an AD carry needs an armor penetration item, and Twitch doesn't have that right now. So I think he does swap out the chain eventually for an armor pen item. And yeah, but the chain was a good idea. I will say, like, he was really far ahead. If you're neutral with the enemy AD carry and you're not really far ahead, I probably wouldn't do that. But he was so far ahead of the Severe, he could get away with it. And it was pretty effective. It stopped him dying to the Zoe. Like, I don't think he ever really died to the Zoe, which is good. Enemy team trying to contest the dragon. We should be taking the dragon out. So again, never have the dragon in the pit if you have a Talon or something that can just simply hop the wall. You want it to be further away from the wall that he can hop. So there's the kill. So that's the point. Talon went into the pit. If the dragon was still here, he might have got it. Zoe nearly one-shotting the Graves. Darius going all in. Already has used Flash, by the way. I get slept by the Zoe, but we do end up killing the Darius. At the same time, you might have been like, where's the Sedge? Well, she's dead now. I don't think that wall hit. But basically, the Sejuani held back the enemy bot lane, and potentially even the Talon eventually. So that's where the Sejuani was, which wasn't bad. So that was also a 1-for-1. Both top laners die, but we get the dragon, so advantage us. We are pinging Baron, but I don't think it's the right thing to do. It's a bit risky. Or not a bit risky, it's very risky. Like, you can see both of them are here clearing the wave, but it doesn't take it long from here to here. Now, I am pinging... Hey, Zoe's actually in mid lane right now. She's trying to free farm. I was looking just for a cheeky wall or something, but she's really, you know, she's being really passive now. And she's not wanting to die. Because, yeah, if the Zoe dies, I will say this game is over instantly. Because she still is quite strong. And still a threat. You know, you have seen the Zoe's threat turn down as the game has gone on. And I will say that is pretty natural. Her strength, as we've mentioned many times this game, her strength is her lane phase. It's 1v1ing people. That is what she's built for. So the more that this game has developed into becoming team fight stage and everything, you're seeing her strengths kind of diminish. You're seeing Anivia's strength rise, and you're seeing Zoe's strengths go down. Just a frustrating lane phase, basically. And I will say, again, I don't like playing against Zoe. I hope, and by the way, this was on purpose, so why do I go over here? My team's doing Baron. I knew Talon was in that bush. Like, again, I knew. We saw him come up, I think, through here. So I went in there purposefully, because if he fights me, I've just built Zhonya's, you can't kill me. We get a free Baron because Talon just used everything on me. And because of the early Zhonya's, I've hardly taken any damage as well. So that was very nice. So Darius, you can see he is going with a, I'm going to start side laning now. The problem with Darius, I will say, and there are a lot of top lane mains that think Darius is very strong right now. Arguably, he is for such a basic champion, and trust me, I like Darius, so don't, if you're a Darius player, don't think I dislike or attack the champion. I like Darius. I used to play him a lot. He isn't the best scaling champion, and also this guy's build, he's had to go defensive because, again, the enemy team is no frontline. So he's actually had to go defensive Darius. So in a side lane situation, I'm actually pretty damn sure the Sejuani would kill the Darius, which I know to some people might be surprising. Darius doesn't scale the best. He can do well in mid to late game if he manages to get the big ulti, if he manages to get like the true damage chain going off. But that's also not the easiest thing to do. Because again, even in mid to late game, yes, he's running Ghost. He is a champion that should be able to get kited fairly easily too. That is his weakness. Obviously, in lane phase, that weakness doesn't exist much because he can run Ghost and run at people at 1v1. Sedge jumps over the wall, goes fairly aggressive. I break open the base with the minions, and from memory here, bam, huge Q. So that was 3 people hit by a Q, but just severe spell shields it. So 3 people Q starts the fight and just breaks open the enemy team instantly. And once again, they all just got absolutely wrecked in a team fight. I killed the Zoe, and that's the thing. Our team fight was near unkillable. That was, again, that was a bit, I will say, a nice redemption for me. That triple Q at the end of the game, start a good team fight, win the game. Also, killing Zoe at the end was satisfying. So overall, a pretty, actually, decent game. KDA-wise, we're actually ending the game, well, we might go a bit more up here. Not killing the Darius, he goes down. We're actually finishing the game, if the game does end on this KDA, 10-4-13. That's actually an insane KD. Again, to be honest, with how I was feeling at the beginning stages of this game, I was not expecting it to go that well, and I should have. Like, that's the thing. Sometimes you've got to put your brain, turn your brain on and put rational brain on instead of emotional brain. Emotional brain at the beginning stages of this game was I'm just dying all the time. And that, by the way, is me dying just 2 times quickly in a row because I just don't die much as a player. That really triggers me. And again, I would say the Zoe had a lot of early RNG with her W. She got a lot of good items. And that's kind of frustrating too. So for me, I should have tried to turn off emotional brain, turn on rational brain that was like, wait, our team fight completely wrecks this enemy team. Like, they can't team fight us. Talon falls off. Darius is going to get kited or CC'd by a Sejuani. He's going to get CC'd by me or slowed. Zoe's not very good in team fights. Yes, Severe's really good, but that's all they've got. We've got, well, Sedge ult for engage and CC. Graves is good at team fights. Anivia's a beast at team fights. Twitch is amazing at team fights. Hell, even Karma's good at team fights. So this is one of those games that you have to try and shift that mentality. It's so easy in League of Legends to shift into a negative mentality. Everybody does it, you know, even though most people would not like, and I agree, you don't want to hear your content creator that you're watching be negative. 100% if you play solo queue, you shift into a negative mindset every now and then. It happens. And for some people, it's all the time because League of Legends is just such a stressful game. And it's not just League, by the way, it's ranked. If you play any game of rank, I imagine that you get stressed about it because it's that thing that people hold you to. So overall, actually a pretty good game. 10-4-13. Farm wise, we recovered the farm a bit. It would have been nice to recover the farm a bit more. But honestly, yeah, the Twitch, whenever we were grouping with his AoE build, he killed a minion wave way quicker before I could have done anything anyway. So that's who I was contesting when we grouped up. But overall, not bad. If you guys enjoyed, do throw a like on it, throw a comment, throw a subscribe. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this game put me around. I'll actually just double check just to give you guys the LP update from this game, if I can find it. I believe it would have been around 90 LP. Potentially 90 LP, give or take. Here or there, a few things. Oh, the website that I use is dead. Let me check one other website, unless Riot has taken down their API, which is possible. There, okay. Potentially? Yeah. Okay, so this game would have put me around... Oh, no, this game probably put me just over 100 LP. There you go. If you guys enjoyed, do throw a like on it, throw a comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Call down the reckoning to bring back hope and peace. Restore our glory to live forever. Bring down the dark regime and